Hello, hello, hello. It's Trevor Emdon here, and I'm in very, very good spirits today. Got my coffee here, and we're very happy today because tomorrow we're off on a Mediterranean cruise. So we're leaving good old sunny October England behind for nearly 2 weeks, and we'll be sailing around Spain and Portugal and the Canary Isles, and generally sitting in the sun and having a good time. So. But I wanted to just leave you with a quick message. Now, I should say, by the way, I may be in touch at times while I'm away. I'm intending to use either the computer or my trusty phone to make some videos, but I won't be able to upload them very often because we won't have internet all the time. Anyway, the message today is about making plans. Now, I'm going to fly in the face of common logic here, or let's say, I don't know if it's common logic, but the often given message is, what is it? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Well, the problem with that, there's some truth in it. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm not saying that. There is some truth in it. But the problem with that message is that I've met far too many people in my career as a coach who won't start anything because they feel their plan isn't ready. They haven't got all their ducks in a row, you know what I mean? And so I'm here to say to you, don't wait for that. What you need is bookends. You need a beginning and an end, and you need the end first. So, for example, we're about to go on holiday, okay? Tomorrow we're going to step onto a big boat and trust that the captain and his crew, or her crew, whoever they are, know where they're going, because we don't know the way and it's a long swim home, I think. But they know the way, they know where they're going. They have a plan, they'll have maps, they'll have all the, whatever the modern technological equipment is that gets boats from one place to another. Of course they will. They know exactly the itinerary. But suppose that you didn't know that. Suppose it was your boat and you just said, I want to sail to such and such a place. So you would need to get a map out, and you would need to have some understanding of navigation, or you'd need a person on board who understood navigation. You don't need to know everything yourself. That's an important distinction to make. But other than that, the other thing you need is the boat, right? Now, what a lot of people will do is say, well, I can't afford a boat. I haven't got a boat. I mean, for example, I had a conversation with my son probably about a year ago now, and my son doesn't drive. And he said to me, he was talking about an idea that he had for setting up a certain service industry, which would have been based around schools, but it would have meant travelling from school to school. So we were talking on Skype, and I said to him, well, why don't you do that? And he said, well, first thing I need to do is get a driving licence. Never even had a driving lesson in my life so far. So that's a big hurdle to overcome. And immediately I said to him, no, you don't need a driving licence. You need a driver. I went, oh yeah, never thought of that, right? So he's going to have a team anyway. It's pretty likely that at least one of them will be able to drive. So then he just has to work out how to get a vehicle, and that's another thing. So what I'm saying to you is, don't make it so that you don't start whatever it is you want to achieve for your business or your life. Don't make it so that you have to wait until every single thing is thought of, because you know what? It's like sailing to the horizon. You'll never reach there, or you're very unlikely to. Start the plan. Take some action. I do this often. I know where I want to end up. I'm not sure from the outset necessarily how I'll actually get there. But I do know that if I sit on my proverbial and never make any movement or take any action, I can guarantee that I will never get there. You have to take some action, imperfect though it may be. And even ships and planes, I understand, are off course most of the time. They only know where they want to end up. So they zigzag through the ocean or the sky, and the instruments and the human crew, hopefully, presumed between them, make little corrections. Airplanes are the ones that always amaze me the most. I think the furthest I've ever travelled was to Hawaii, which was a fantastic experience. Not the travelling though. Oh God, it wasn't a fantastic experience. But you go all this way. You start in the UK, and it takes 23 hours to fly from the UK to Maui. I went to Maui. 23 hours, and it was still Thursday. I hated that Thursday by the time I got there. Please let it be Friday. And when you finally arrive having changed planes over and over again, you land on this tiny little bit of tarmac on the other side of the world. It's like, how do they know this tiny, tiny, tiny dot of land? But it exactly to the pinpoint. I have no idea how it all works, and it doesn't matter to me. I trust that it does. But the point is, that plane doesn't need to be on course exactly all the time it's in the air. It only needs to be on course as it comes into land. And as it's getting there, there'll be little corrections along the way. Well, the same will apply to you. Take some action. You'll get some reaction, some feedback from the world, from the public, whoever you're addressing. And it'll either be that bit works, that bit didn't work so well, and you'll make corrections and you'll discover new things as you go along. I hope that makes sense. The point is, take action. Know where you want to go, and then take some action, even if you don't know the bits in between. And you will get there, because you know where you want to go. Keep your eye on the prize. I have my eye on a big boat, and I should be heading towards the ocean first thing tomorrow morning. So I will see you when I get back, for sure, and possibly a few times in between. I hope so. Look out for my posts, look out for Facebook. I'll be around. Until then, I'll miss you, but I'm going to have a good time even without you. Hope you understand. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Trevor Emdon from wizardofwisdom.com signing off.